Most of my days start the same. I wake up, usually around 6 or 7, and always without an alarm. I know it's a bad habit, but the first thing that I do is I always check my phone and my notifications. I'm checking to see whether the world caught fire while I was asleep last night. It didn't. It usually doesn't. That's always good. I get out of bed usually within about 5 minutes or so, but sometimes it takes me half an hour. Just depends on how I'm feeling that morning. I stumble into the kitchen.
Hey Siri, turn on the studio lights.
And down a liter of water. I make coffee and my day begins. I break up my day into 3 blocks: morning, afternoon, and evening. So from waking up to midday, midday to 6 p.m, and 6 p.m. to bedtime. The morning belongs to me. It's the time where I get to work on myself. It's the time where I get to do the things that improve my life directly. Me time. Today is a training day, so the first thing that I'm doing is working out. I get changed, a quick visit to the bathroom, and off to the gym. Today's also a back day, so pull-ups are on the menu. I usually spend about an hour in the gym and then it's back home. I hop in the shower, freshen up, and that's the first thing done in my morning routine every day. The next thing after I'm out of the shower is a 10 to 20 minute meditation on this big, comfy chair. And then journaling. I've been meditating and journaling for many, many years, and seriously, I can't rave about these 2 practices enough. If they aren't in your morning routine already, then I highly recommend them. Okay, it's time for another coffee and my daily read. If it's a nice sunny day, then I'll go outside and read a book while I drink my coffee. Otherwise, I just sit inside and sit on the chair. Either way, I will read a minimum of half an hour every day. After I get bored, I spend the rest of the time working on personal projects that interest me. Recently, I started learning Japanese again, so I usually spend about a couple of hours before 12 studying and eating lunch. Today for lunch is soba. Yeah. I miss Japan. I want to go back so bad. 12 o'clock and it's time to get a start on my workday. So between 12 and 6, I usually work in 1-hour focus blocks. I use an app called Forest and I promo every hour that I'm working so that I can keep myself on track. This app is one of my biggest productivity hacks and it really helps me get things done. I highly recommend you check it out. Today is a Monday, and every Monday starts with organizing the week's to-do list. Recently, I was kind of missing the tactile sensation of writing things down physically, so I switched to a physical to-do list rather than a digital one. Okay, this giant wall thing here is my to-do list for the week. It's my calendar that I've made into a physical form, and it kind of looks like it's intimidating because it takes up an entire wall, but it's super simple, I promise, and I'll explain it to you. So this main grid of things here is the to-do list. So in the x-axis across, you have each column is a day of the week. And then, up here we have the date. Each row is stacked in priority from high, medium, low. And then I have like a training thing, just because I need to keep myself on track. And you'll notice that there's only 3 spots every single day, and that's intentional so that I can make sure that I'm getting these things actually done, and I don't end up with a giant to-do list that never gets done. So it's very intentional, the things that I pick, and that's why there's only 3. Next to the main to-do list here is like the main projects that I've got going on right now, just so that I can help myself make tasks for this section, and then any upcoming projects as well over there. And then down here is the backlog of things that I, throughout the week will add to these categories, and then they will go up either, this week or next week or something like that. And then down here is the graveyard of things that I've done in the past, so long, however. And this, I kind of like gamify it so that I can like, take this once it's done and then like put it down there, and then, start to build up this wall. And it's just this like, psychological game that I play with myself. But yeah, so the first thing on the list to do this week is my weekly performance review. In this first block of work, I'll go over how things went last week. I'll do a performance review of the business. I'll do a measurement of all my online assets and all that kind of stuff. And I'll add anything that needs to get done into the backlog of my to-do list. This usually takes about an hour or two. The next block of work is recording the voiceover for this very video. I screw up a lot, and I tend to do a bunch of different takes. This one took me 3 times to get right. 3 times. I still suck at YouTube, but I'm trying. After a few hours, it's time for a break. A gaming break, of course. I'm hella addicted to Genshin Impact right now, and there are a bunch of daily quests that need doing, and conveniently, it takes about 15 minutes-ish to get everything done, so that's like the perfect amount of break time for me. Okay, back to work. The rest of the day is spent learning how to set up a Discord server. I want to set one up so that I can start communicating with you guys and my Instagram community a little bit more. So if you want to chat with like-minded people, hit up the link in the description below. But today, I spend about an hour researching the best approach to take, and I'll probably tackle the rest of it another day. Another break. If I'm not going out for dinner, I like to have dinner super early, so usually at around 5, and usually something small. After that, I've still got a little bit more work time left, and I've finished the main 3 things that I wanted to do today. So as a bonus, I'm editing my Instagram images that I'm going to post for the week. 6 p.m. and that's my workday done. Short, but highly focused. I try and get as much done during the day so that I can slack off as much as possible during the evenings. Tonight, I am playing Apex Legends and I'm watching Attack on Titan. At 9 p.m.-ish, I usually post to Instagram. I reply back to comments for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I have a little bit of a read before going to bed. And oh yeah, I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. I'm a grandpa, and I kind of like it that way. And on that note, now it's 10. The end of my productive but kind of normal day. Good night.